Okay, so in these sessions, we will talk about the coding of the solutions under the system development life cycles. And so far, we are talking about the requirements gathering and how we are gathering the requirements. Uh, while gathering the requirements, we have seen there are 5 types of way we can gather the requirements. So, namely, number one, we can go and observe the particular company or particular place, and we can gather the requirements and see. Next, we have seen the interview methods, and third, we have seen the questionnaires, and fourth, we have seen the document as a sample collection, so document sample collections, and finally we have seen the prototyping. And also the designing solutions, we have talked about the designing solutions under the system development life cycle phases. So now very important phases in the system development life cycle is the coding the solutions. So this is one of the main important. So now see the another coding the solutions. The main objective of this stage is the coding of the proposed system. So far up to now we have designed the systems and designed the proposed system actually. So now we have to do the coding. This is the main important part of the software development life cycle process. In this, we have to use the suitable computer language. So we have many kind of languages, such as we have to talk about the Pascal language and the Java, Python. There are many latest programs, software programs are available. So now, so in this stage, so we are going to code, or we are going to type the programming, okay, for the proposed system. And you can see in this site that there is, I have put an GIF file. So there is that boy is doing the coding and see, and he is the meanwhile he is looking the user interface, how the user interface and are act like, and then making code simple and efficient. So while coding, okay, while we are doing the coding and typing the code, very important point is we have to make the code simple, and it should be efficient, so that it allows the programmers to develop and understand easily. For example, in our company, we'll say we have two programmers. Okay, two programmers. So, and one programmer is doing the programming part, and so someday he is getting leave. So if another programmer he want to continue from the what he stopped, so he should understand first. Okay, ரெண்டு programmer work பண்றாங்கடா, first programmer என்ன செஞ்சாருன்னு அவர் வராத அன்னைக்கு இன்னொரு programmer, if he is taking this charge, he should understand, so that the programming code should be simple and efficient. Okay, so in my students, I have talked about while we are studying the Pascal, then how we are developing the Pascal programming. So those things I have talked to you. Okay, so now see, so this is how we are normally the coding means. So this is how we are doing the coding, and it should be most efficient, and it should be most simple. So now see, a well-written code or well-written codings make it easy to read and understand and reduce the maintenance cost. So what does it mean is, so if we are writing a well-efficient programming code, so it is easy for understand, and it also easy to reduce the maintenance cost. What does it mean, maintenance cost? For example, after completions of our systems, we might install our system. The system will complete panudane, we will go and install the system. And later on, if we are getting any error, if we are getting any error in the systems, we have to go and correct it, or we have to debug the the systems. The play na kandupidikanum. So play kandupidikkiradhukku engoda program is much complex, then we cannot easily find it. So if it is uh, well written code, then we can easily understand and we can easily troubleshoot the problem in our systems. So now see that animation is saying that that boy is easily, troubleshooting, and he is so much happy, and he is right. So now we will go to the another important stage is we call the testing and debugging, right? So the testing and debugging, another important steps. So far we are got the requirements and we have designed the solutions, and after that we have done the coding part, and the fourth stage is the testing and debugging. So once we complete the coding, so this is now that system is moving to the stage of testing. So we have to test the the system what we have developed. For example, if any company is producing a car, manufacturing a car, after manufacturing that car, they will drive the car. Testing, they will test the car, whether how the tire is working, how the steering is working, how the fuel consumption is there. So everything they will test. After the testing only, we are normally we are getting what, the car. Okay, same way when we are producing or when we are developing a system, when we are developing our information system, on other word we are developing a software, it should go for the testing. We have to test it. So there are many types of testings are available. Okay, and we have in our syllabus, in your syllabus we have up to 4 types of testings we have, right? So the first point, you can see the main objective of the phase of testing and debugging is to find out the error, or we have to resolve the error, right? So it might be the error in coding, so it might be the error while during the planning times, so it might be the error during the requirement gathering times. So all the 3 phases that we have the past that we have passed so far, then we are correcting the error. நாங்கள் எவ்வளோ ஏற்கனவே செஞ்ச 3 ஃபேஸஸ்லேயே விட்டிருந்த எரரை நாங்கள் இந்த இடத்துல we will check it, right? So now there are several methods to test the systems. So we have several methods for the testing, and some of them are as follows. And okay, the number one is unit testing. Okay, we will talk about each and everything very detailed little later in the next slides. And the number one is unit testing, and we have the second one is the integration testing. So testing is simply resolve the errors, and we have 4 types of error in your syllabus. Number one is unit testing, and then integration testing, and third is system testing, and finally we have the acceptance testing. So these 4 are the testings we have in your syllabus, and all should be come from the top in order. Okay, we have to first do the unit testing. It is important. We cannot do the acceptance test first. We cannot do it. So we have to do the unit test first, and later on we have to do the integration test second, and we have to do the system testing third, and finally only we can do the acceptance testing. So we will see each and every testings detailedly. Okay, so before that, so here you can see the testing and another word, debugging. What do you mean by debugging is, normally we are testing, we will do the testing during the coding time also we will do the testing. For example, I can simply say in Tamil, இப்போ நாங்கள் Pascal program செய்யும்போது, while we are doing the Pascal program, we may get many error. We faced many error. Yes or no? So in that time, we recheck what is the error. Sometimes we may mistakenly type something, we mistakenly given the variable name, very wrong variable name. Okay, invalid variable name, invalid variable types. Okay, so those might be due to those kind of mistakes we will get error, and now we will sort out the error during the coding time. So when we are when we are sorting out the error during the coding times, we specially say the name is debugging. Okay, so see, so you have to clearly understand, testing also resolve the error and debugging also resolve the error, but the two words are actually referring the same thing, but the difference is, especially if you are debugging the, especially if you are resolving the error in the phase of coding, especially in the coding, while we are coding and resolving the error, that we specially give the name debugging. Okay, so anyhow, this testing and debugging we use to resolve the error. Right now we will go for the each and every test one by one. So number one, we have seen the unit test. So unit test is it is like that, like we are testing each and every unit separately. Okay, we are testing each and every, so each unit in the system is tested separately. Okay, and the given output are tested against the given input. So each and every units we will check each and every, we will test each and every units. While testing each and every unit, so we have to give the input, sorry, it should be input. So given input, sorry, given outputs are tested against the given inputs. Okay, it is mistakenly this is mistakenly written. So, okay, so this it should be this is wrong actually. So it should be input. So it should be input. Okay, input. Right. So here each and every unit will be tested. Right. So for an example, we can see the examples. We are testing. So testing unit related to accounts and account brands and establishment brands independently. For example, we are developing a software or system for a company. That company might have different branches. So they might have the account branch for the accounting, doing the account works. We have for the establishment branch, and we have some other the management or some other the planning divisions or some other many divisions will be. So each and every unit ஒரு கம்பெனி போனீங்கன்னா நிறைய பிரிவுகள், for example IT, in every company we'll have an IT section separately and we'll have the accounts section separately. So each and every section will be, அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு செக்ஷன் நாங்கள் அக்கௌண்ட் செக்ஷனுக்குரிய பார்ட்டை தனியாக செக் பண்ணுறது. Again for the establishment branch part we will do and test it separately. So this is what we say unit testing, right? So now we will go for the second testing. Okay, we should follow in order. First we have to do the unit testing, and second it is compulsory we have to do the integration testing. So integration testing, when we read the name heading also you can get the idea. Integrations, we are integrating, so we are joining each and every unit. Okay, if we are joining each and every unit and testing. So if all the units already tested and debugged are integrated gradually to form a complete system, and integrated system is tested at these stages. Okay, so now we have tested each and every unit. So now we will integrate, we will join one unit. So for example, we are joining the account unit and establishment unit. Check பண்ணி பார்க்குறோம். For example, see the animations I have here marked. For example, the door is working perfectly. If you consider the door as a unit, this unit is working. Again, this barrier or this I don't know how to say the name actually, this barrier or this small gate. Okay, so if you see that is separately, that is working fine. The door is working fine, the barrier also working fine. So now we cannot go because when we are adding together ரெண்டையும் ஒன்றோட ஒன்று work பண்ண விட்டோம்டா, ரெண்டும் சரியா ஒன்றோட ஒன்று சேர்ந்து work cooperate பண்ணதில்லை. So this is what the integration testing is, the idea of the integration testing. ஒன்றோட ஒன்று சேர்த்து டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்குறது, right? அதாவது we already tested each and every unit. That tested unit tested unit, we will integrate the tested unit together and we will do the testing. Right. So third type of testing is system testing. So system testing is, okay, give me a minute. Okay, so the system testing is nothing but simply all the systems. So now we have done the integration testing. So integration testing means we have to combine all the units and we have tested. So system testing means the entire system, our entire system will be tested. Okay, so now our complete system நாங்க டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்கிறது. மொத்தமாக complete system we will test the entire system. That simply we are giving the input and whether we are getting the correct right output or not. This is what we are checking. For example, if you talk about the systems for the food city குரிய சிஸ்டத்தை கருதுறீங்கன்னா, so what are the input it would be is the price of the goods. Okay, you might the price and quantity of the noodles, the price and the quantity of the cheese and yogurt, or what are the goods you are buying, the quantity of your goods and the price of the goods would be the input and the food city the system, that would be those things will be the input. And what are the output? The output is the receipt, how much we have to pay and what is the discount and how much you have given, what is the balance. So and everything, these things are, we say, the output. இப்போ நாங்கள் ஒரு இன்புட்டை கொடுத்துட்டு அதுக்குரிய அவுட்புட் வருதான்ட்டு சிம்பிளாக செக் பண்ணுறது என்டையர் சிஸ்டத்துக்கு. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், we are rendering 5 plus 5. So 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, we know. But we have to check whether 5 plus 5 is equal to 10 is coming from the system or not. The system 5 plus 5 is equal to 12 என்று காட்டுதா அல்லது 13 என்று காட்டுதா அல்லது 10 என்று காட்டுதா என்று நாங்கள் என்டையர் சிஸ்டத்தை now we are checking. Okay, right. In this part, see the image. So it's showing the box. So the box we cannot see. We cannot see what is happening inside the box. But what we can see is, we can see the input and we can see the output. The input, the output is perfectly matching or perfectly the correct for the input to get output varudhaan we are checking. And this sentence actually I have downloaded from the internet. Okay, the system testing is a level of testing that validate the complete and fully integrated of the softwares. For example, the fully integrated testing and the system testing are logically same meaning. Okay, for example, system testing is what entire system there you are testing entire system. You are simply giving the input and checking the output. But in the what happened in the integration testing, you will join each and integrate each and every unit. அப்போ எல்லா யூனிட்டும் while we are doing the integration testing, for example, we have the 4 units. For example, we'll take the 3 units: account branch and then establishment branch and the planning branch. First we will check the account branch and planning branch and establishment branch separately, that we call unit testing. And now we are joining account branch with establishment branch and we are checking. Okay, that is integration testing. And we are doing integration testing for another integration testing, that account branch and establishment branch and planning branch. Now see, this is also integration testing, and logically that is we are doing the system testing. என்கிட்ட 3 யூனிட் நினைக்குது, 3 யூனிட்டை நாங்கள் சேர்த்து நாங்கள் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறோம். அப்போ அது ஒரு இன்டிகிரேஷன் டெஸ்ட்டாக இருந்தாலும் logically that is a system testing. So you might have some kind of questions in the MCQ. This kind of logically they are maybe testing your understanding of the testing. Okay, the third point, the purpose of the system testing is evaluate the end-to-end system specifications. Okay, so what does it mean? That what is the purpose of this system testing is simply we are checking the the output we are getting the exactly perfect output that is expected by the people according, I mean the output is exactly matching with the requirements. The output is exactly matching with the requirements of the user. This is the main intentions of the system testing. Right. So now we will move to the acceptance testing. Right. So this is also a kind of system testing, not system testing actually. So far now the unit testing and the integration testing and system testing. So these three testing will be done by the software teams, the software company. Okay, for example, car when we are manufacturing a car, if a car ondu manufacture பண்றேன்னா engine create பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் engine test பண்ணுவாங்க, engine working fine or not. Again the steering செஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் again steering check பண்ணாங்க, தனியே steering மட்டும் work பண்ணுதா, engine steering join பண்ணின உடனே ரெண்டு steering ஏத்த மாதிரி engine work பண்ணுதா. So that is integration test. And finally the entire car will be tested by the company. அந்த காரை வந்து entire காரை வந்து கம்பெனியால் ஓடி பார்ப்பாங்க, ஓடி லைட் போட்டு பார்ப்பாங்க, ஸ்டேரிங்கை வெட்டி பார்ப்பாங்க, இந்த கியரை மாற்றி பார்ப்பாங்க. So these things will be tested. So this is somehow we can say the system testing. So this will happen in the software company. And the acceptance testing, this is happened in front of the user. Okay, so now see the acceptance or the user acceptance testing is carried out at the late stage, or this is the last stage of testing in front of the user. இப்போ யூசர் வந்து என்ன டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்ப்பாங்க, அவங்க யார் வாங்குறாங்களோ அவங்க வந்து டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்ப்பாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு பை த கார், you have to go and drive the car. You will drive and test the car. Yes or no? You will drive the car and test whether before you buy the car. So that is a kind of acceptance testing. If upon the car ஓடி உங்களுக்கு கார் satis illati, you will not buy that one. Okay, you may say maybe the seat is that not much of comfortable, and steering is heavy to turn the steering. So those kind of comments we may say. Okay, right. So likewise, for example, if I can say one more example. So now if you are, for example, if you are putting your car into the garage, you are giving the car into the garage, the car போட்டுட்டு என்ன செய்வீங்க, அந்த காரில் what are the fault, you will describe the fault. Okay, உங்களோட காரில் இருக்கிற பிரச்சனையை சொல்லுவீங்க. அப்புறம் அந்த garage, what he the garage உரிய அந்த persons, he will do the repair your work, and he will அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பைக்கை, for example காரோ பைக் whatever it is, அவங்க திரும்ப அதை ஓடி பார்ப்பாங்க. எஸ் or no? ஓடி பார்த்ததுக்கு பிறகு உங்கள்கிட்ட தரும்போது you will again drive the car. You will again drive the car. So once you drive the car, if you are satisfied, then okay. If you are not satisfied, then you will tell, okay, இந்த ஹேண்டில் கொஞ்சம் ஹெவியாக இருக்குது, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஆயில் போடுங்க, அப்படி ஏதோ you will give the comments. Same things in this stage is carried out with the user of the system, and the user is allowed to use the systems, and they will check the systems. அப்போ user test பண்ணுவாங்க இது. Okay, so that is the difference between the acceptance and system testing. Right. So for example, if entire system is tested by the software team, the development team, we call that system testing. I'm just logically telling you. Okay, if the entire system is tested by the development team, by the software company peoples, that is we say systems testing. The entire system is tested by the user, we say that is acceptance testing. Right, so now we will move to the last, before the phase, we say the deployment of the system. Right, so the deployment is nothing but simply we are installing the system, and we are installing and letting them to use the system. Okay, which has been tested and debugged in the previous stages. Okay, so we have tested and debugged in the previous stages, and everything are okay. testing and everything's are okay. Now we are doing the deployment of the system. Okay, so deployment of the system. There are different types of deployment approaches to deploy systems. There are many questions in the exams. You will have the same questions. They will asking the questions directly. They are asking the questions, right? So there are some approaches to deploy the system. So far tested okay, and you have to our system, our entire software is working perfectly, and the user also accepted the systems. Now we have to go and install the system. Okay, so while installing the system, we cannot simply go and remove the old system, and we cannot simply install it. No, we cannot do it. But there is one method. But still, that we have different type of method to deploy a system. Okay, deploy பண்றதுக்கு நிறைய method இருக்குது, right? So in that, number one, direct deployment. Okay, we will see this each and every next following slides. Second one is the parallel deployment, and third one is the pilot deployment, and finally we have the phased deployment. And each and every deployments we will see on the following slides. So now we will see the direct deployment. So direct deployment is only suitable for the very small company. Very small company. For example, this is only suitable for the individuals. ஒரு தனியாள பாவனைக்கு ஒரு சிஸ்டம் தேவைண்டா, this kind of deployment is okay for the, if it is a big company, it's a big government, if you're developing a SOC system to government, then it is not suitable. You can have direct deployment. Direct deployment is nothing but அப்படி அவங்களோட பழைய சிஸ்டத்தை அப்படியே தூக்கி வீசிட்டு புது சிஸ்டத்தை இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணுறது. Okay, so this is, you can remember this. The existing systems totally terminated. We are totally terminating the existing system. Whether it is manual or it is somehow computer based, whatever the system they are using already, we are totally terminating the system, and we are installing and we are deploying the new system. That is, we say, the direct deployment. If the new system proves successful, then all system can be abandoned. Okay, so if it is successfully working, our system is successfully working, then the old system will be totally abandoned. It's total, no more use of the old system. We never use in life after that, so that is we call the abandon. Okay, it will happen when the new system is working fine. Then the rest of the life or rest of the days we will use the new system. For example, see, the manual system in the library can be totally abandoned. Using the new library management systems can be installed. Okay, right. So this is very important. So you see the diagram. So here we are using the old systems. Here we are using the old system, and this is the timeline. For example, maybe we'll say the date, 20th May this year. 20th May this year we are installing the new system. After this date, we never see the old system. In the date பிறகு எங்களுக்கு பழைய system இருக்காது. Totally we have new system. From this timeline, we never see the old systems. Okay, so this is what we call the direct deployment. So now we will go for the parallel deployment. The parallel deployment is the existing system and the new system are used parallel for the certain periods. Okay, if the new systems prove successful, then the old systems can be terminated and the new system will continue for the usage. Okay, what does it mean actually? For example, if you see the examples, you can get a good idea. So using the newly deployment system in the library together with the existing manual systems. Okay, so again see the diagram. What is happening? The old system is there, and from the date, for example, the January of 2021, January, we are start to use the new system. Of a new system, old system, for example, for a certain period, for example, 6 months. For 6 months, we will use the old system and new system. If old system is working, if the new system is working fine, then we are totally shifted to the new systems. This is we call the parallel deployment. அப்போ ரெண்டையும் பேரலாக நாங்கள் டிப்ளை பண்ணிட்டு போகிறது. ஏற்கனவே இருந்ததுக்கு பேரலாக எங்களோட புது சிஸ்டத்தையும் செஞ்சுட்டு ரெண்டையும் the particular timesக்கு for a certain periods we will letting them to use. If the new system is working fine, then we are totally moving to the new systems. Then the pilot deployment is about using the newly developed systems in a selected area. Okay, so this is one of the important and very useful way of deployment. For example, see, systems for a whole country can be installed in a certain district. For example, you are developing a system. For example, if you want to computerize all the divisional of secretary's office in Sri Lanka, DS office, you want to bring it in a computerize panna poringa. DS office, you want to do the computerize. You want to computerize the DS office work. For that, what we can do is we can select some certain district. We can do it in Colombo or Mannar or Jaffna or whatever the districts. We can choose the particular district, and only that particular district we are installing the system. Okay, for example, in the particular district, for example, we take the Jaffna. So now we are installing the system. Only the Jaffna, not other districts. If then we are other district, there will be the old system is working on, and the only in the Jaffna the new system is working on. New system in that it means that is the computerized system. An old system, that may be the manual system. We are using the paper and pen. Okay, we are using the paper. We will take the manual system. So the rest of the district we are using the manual system. Only in the Jaffna that we have choose the Jaffna especially to testing. So Jaffna we are using the system. So now if it is working fine and we are getting the successful result in Jaffna, then all the district we are letting all the district to use these applications, right? So this is what we call the pilot deployment. அப்போ குறித்த ஒரு ஏரியாவில் ஃபஸ்ட்டுக்கு ரன் பண்ணி பார்க்குறது. For example, if you want to install the software to 100 கம்ப்யூட்டருக்கு நீங்கள் ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணணும்னா ஃபஸ்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டரில் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்குறது. மற்ற கம்ப்யூட்டரில் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணுறதில்ல, ஃபஸ்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டரில் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி you are using that one. And if it is working fine, then if you are successful, then you can letting them to install all over the computers. So this is the brief idea of the pilot deployment. Okay, there are second example. An information systems for the revenue collections from vehicles can first be installed in one province of the country, and if successful, then can be deployed all over the province. That I told you now. ஒரு province test பண்ணி பார்க்குறது. If it is okay, then we are letting all the province do that. For what is the revenue collection of the vehicle? So we are doing what we are doing, ஆண்டு license எடுக்கிறது. So that is we are computerizing all over the provinces. Right. So see the diagram. So if you see the diagram, you can get the clear idea. The old system is running from in the certain period. There are old system. We have large number of old system is running, and small amount of pilot system is running. The later on, after the certain period is over, we are totally moving to the new system. Right. So, and finally, we are moving to the phase deployment. Phase deployment is so here the new system is deployed in stage by stage. So we are installing the system stage by stage. Success with each stage lead leads to the next stage till complete the new system. Therefore, the old system is completely replaced by the new system. Okay, so understood. For example, I take the example that I already taken. Like there is a company, we have the account branch, establishment branch, and the planning branch. There are three branches are there. So I allow only I installed only to do the account work. அப்போ அந்த கம்பெனியில் அதை இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி அக்கௌண்ட் ஒர்க் மட்டும் தான் செய்யலாம், மற்ற ஒர்க் ஒன்றும் செய்யலாமா கொஞ்சம் நாளைக்கு இது பண்ணுறது. தென் அக்கௌண்ட் ஒர்க்கிங் ஃபைன், அது திரும்ப ஐ ஜஸ்ட் மூவ் டு எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ்மெண்ட் பிரான்ச்சுக்கு மூவ் ஆகுறது. அப்போ நவ் ஐ கேன் டு த அக்கௌண்ட் ஒர்க் and I can do the establishment work using the computer. And finally, we are again introducing to the planning branch. So after that, my system is installed all over the computer, and now the accounting and establishment and then planning branch, all people can use the system. So this is kind of deployment, we say phase deployment. So you can see the diagrams. Okay, each and every phase over phase நாங்கள் install பண்ணி total system நாங்கள் install பண்ணுறோம். So I came to the last slides of my lesson today, that is the maintenance of the system. So the maintenance of the system is the last phases of the system development life cycle. So if now we have deployed the system, it means now we have installed the system. System install பண்ணி முடிஞ்சு. Okay, so and in the use of certain periods need to be maintained well. அப்போ இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணின உடனே எங்களோட வேலை முடியலை. Okay, install பண்ணின உடனே எங்களோட வேலை முடியலை. For example, if you are buying an AC, we are buying an air conditioner from some company, so they will give some warranty, or the warranty means they will come and do some services, free services. Yes or no? அப்போ உங்களுக்கு விற்றதுக்கு போகிறவங்க உங்களை கைவிடலை. Okay, they will come and observe for certain periods, 1 year, they will come and do the testing, and they will do the free services. Okay, in certain periods we are letting us to use, and the team will come and monitor. For example, I told the example, same example, AC எப்படி work பண்ணுது, how we are getting the cool, the temperature is okay, so how rest of the things are working well or not. So these things will be tested. Same way, when we are after install of our system, we have to test. We have to test our software is working well or not for the certain period, such as the computer and software and computer networks are maintained in this manner. Okay, maybe the computer, maybe in some cases the computer maybe getting slow after install of the software. Maybe the computer will get slow. Okay, there are some software maybe collapsed due to your software, and there may be there may be a chance for the network breakdown. Okay, maybe the network usage is very high. உங்களோட சிஸ்டம் அந்த நெட்வொர்க் கூட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். உங்களோட நீங்கள் டெவலப் பண்ண சிஸ்டம் வந்து அவங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டரை ஸ்லோவாக வைக்கலாம். தேர் reducing the performance of the computer. So these are, we have to check it, the maintenance. After that, again we have to do the corrections. Okay, and with the maintenance, the following may be required. Okay, so developing a system to use the new requirements. For example, after installing, sometime there will be user may be requesting something more, one more, ஏதாவது திரும்ப உங்கள்ட்ட expect பண்ணலாம், இதை செஞ்சுதாங்க அப்படி இப்படி ஏதோ ஒன்று. So we can do that one also. And issues are that identified while using the systems, which were not identified during the deployment or developmentல காணாத சில பிரச்சனைகளை நாங்கள் இங்கே காணுவோம், அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது காணுவோம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், the network breakdown, their computer will be getting slow. These things we will never observe during the development stage. This can be only possible only the maintenance தான் நாங்கள் இந்த பிளேயை கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம். And adapting the new technology into the systems to improve the efficiency. அப்போ புது டெக்னாலஜிகளை நாங்கள் சில வேலைகளை நாங்கள் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கலாம் எங்களோட சிஸ்டம் வந்து எஃபிஷியண்டாக ஒர்க் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. ஸோ இன் தட் கேசஸ் ஆல்சோ வி கேன் do the changes in our systems. Okay, so this is what the last part of this is my end of my session actually, and so next part and next sessions we have to go for the system development life cycles models, and that will be hopefully that will be the last lesson in this unit number 2. I hope all of you have enjoyed the class, and if you have any doubt, and you can see my contact number is there in the slide, so you can do WhatsApp, so I can sort out the problem of you, and also a student can follow the video, and I will normally share the videos in the YouTube, so you can follow the YouTube and you can see and you can understand, or you can study my videos what I have published in the YouTube. Okay, thank you very much. See you on next class.